Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to Theatre Aquarius. My name is Suzanne Lanthi. I'm the Director of Development here at Theatre Aquarius. And on behalf of Mary Frances Moore, our Artistic Director, Kelly Strong, our Executive Director, and our Board of Directors, I want to welcome you all to this two-show day, first show in our two-show day of the last day of the Sting. 40 years ago, a group of lawyers from Hamilton, Ontario had an idea. 40 years later, here we stand on the 40th anniversary of the Lawyers' Show. Yes. This idea that was born right here in Hamilton has actually gone on, the Lawyers' Show has graced stages across Canada, across North America, and even in Europe, raising millions of dollars for children's charities and theaters all across those spaces. So I think it's important that we recognize that that idea was born and started right here in Hamilton, Ontario. Our legal community has come together once again to support the Lawyers' Legacy for Children, the Ray Harris Fund, as well as Theatre Aquarius. This incredible cast and crew have been working since January, rehearsing 2 times a week, sometimes in very small spaces across the street at our theater school, rehearsing 2 times a week, and all the way up to Thursday at 5 o'clock, 2.5 hours before their first show. Their commitment has been extraordinary. So we really do want to thank the lawyers, the judges, the legal community, and some of our other actors who have participated in this show for their dedication. And we also want to thank their families and their work colleagues who helped pull up the slack and lend us themselves for the last 6 months or so. So please join me in thanking our lawyers and our judges. This show was directed by one of Canada's most celebrated theatre directors, Stephen Schipper. He is a member of the Order of Canada. And coincidentally, he announced publicly his retirement yesterday. So I'm not sure what these folks did to poor Stephen Schipper, but we are really grateful for his talent and his expertise over the past several months. It's been a joy to have someone with his background with us in this theater. A few quick thank yous before we get started. I want to thank all of you for coming today and for supporting our lawyers and the Lawyers Show. I want to thank the driving forces behind this production, Dermot Nolan, Jeff Manishin, and a special thanks to our friend Jim Simba, who has driven the sponsorship to unprecedented levels for the show. Jim is a master. He is generous and giving, and he is a genuine friend to this city and to this theater and to so many. He has worked tirelessly. Thank you, Jim. There's really no way that I could read out all the names of the sponsors that Jim has brought into this show, but I do want to acknowledge a few of the lead sponsors: the Hamilton Lawyers Club, Effort Trust, the Hamilton Oshawa Port Authority, Scarfoni Hawkins LLP, and Ingrisia Macaluso Associates for their leadership. But I encourage you all to have a look in your house programs because it lists all of the sponsors, all of the donors, all of the supporters who have all come together to raise funds for the Ray Harris Fund and for Theatre Aquarius, so thank you. So please take the time to have a look in that in-house program. And so here we are, folks, the second to last performance of the 40th anniversary of the Lawyers Show. Enjoy yourselves at the Sting.
Good afternoon. I'm Cynthia Hastings.
Come in, please. Mrs. Franz Keith will see you in the drawing room. Miss Hastings.
Miss Vanderkeef, it's so kind of you to see me.
No sweat, honey. Sit down.
Your apartment is lovely.
Yeah, it's cute, ain't it? When I was a kid growing up in the south side of Chicago, I always thought Park Avenue had real class.
Well, it's very elegant. That's a Utrello, isn't it?
It's a painting. Groves, will you bring us some tea and some of them nice cucumber sandwiches Cook makes?
Yes, madam.
Did you bring it?
It's all here.
Small bills?
Just the way you asked.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Cahill,
Who?
my publisher,
Oh, yeah.
he was wondering why you wanted all the money in cash.
Listen, I told him on the phone. I had the story I thought ought to be told.
Oh, he's very enthusiastic. He thinks it will make a great book.
And a movie. Listen, I told him, there ain't many of us left who knows what I know, so I thought it was sort of my duty to tell the story of the greatest con ever pulled in Chicago, maybe the world, so it don't get lost to history, you know what I mean?
Of course.
But I made the deal very clear. One meeting I said, just today, I'll tell you the whole story.
It's a very generous offer, Mrs. Vanderkeef. We were just wondering why you wanted all the money in cash.
Oh, that. You see, I do a lot of charity, but it ain't exactly what the government, the tax people call, you know, deductible.
Oh,
See, I got mine, but there's lots I know ain't got theirs. So I help people out, one-on-one like. I just send Groves around to someone I know is sick or needs rent money or whatever, and he leaves them $1,000 or $2, like the Tooth Fairy.
I see.
It's all here. He does business nice, your Mr. Cahill. Oh, here's tea. Thank you, Groves. Now, don't disturb us for nothing unless that protocol broad from the White House calls.
Yes, madam.
Lemon or straight?
Straight, thank you.
You gonna write this down?
Oh, I have a cassette. It's easier.
Oh, cute. Now, I'm talking about Chicago long before you was born, so you're gonna have to imagine a lot of this stuff, because you ain't never seen it. I hope you've got an imagination.
Well, I am a writer.
I suppose that helps. Chicago, in the 30s, all the big guys was there. Capone, Schultz, all of them. All the cops was on the take, the politicians. It was beautiful. The girls, the hot spots, the music, jazz and ragtime, all the greats. Armstrong, Basie, everybody came to Chicago. Can you hear that music? Can you hear it?
Why, yes. In a way I can.
Say, there's hope for you. Now imagine an alley.
In Chicago.
No, in Joliet. You gotta keep up with me, honey. This starts with a guy in an alley in Joliet. Can you picture it?
Yes, I see a young man, loudly dressed, vulgar, with a mustache.
Not bad.
And he's in an alley, sort of nothing, with garbage.
Close enough. His name's Matola.
Is he a racketeer?
A nothing, a nobody, a runner, delivers things, you know? He opens a door in the alley and goes into the back room of a number spot.
A number spot?
For betting on numbers. Everybody bet on numbers in the old days before the cops stuck their nose in and started the lotteries. Anyways, there's two girls in back counting the day's take. And Granger, he runs the place. He's watching them. And a girl named Fern helped Granger out.
Cheap? Blonde?
You got it.
Hiya, Fern, sweet baby.
Oh, it's you.
Say, I heard of this new place on the north side. It's got a swell band. What do you say you and I go stepping one night?
Beat it, Creep. 872. Oh, yeah. Hold a sec. Mr. Granger, Chicago on the line. Oh, you scared me.
Yeah, Granger, this is Combs. Why haven't we heard from you? Everybody else is in.
We had a few problems with the law this morning. The mayor promised the JCs to get tough on the rackets. So he shut everybody down for a couple hours to make it look good. Nothing serious, just put us a little behind for the day.
You've been making your payoffs, haven't you?
Hell yes, he does this every year. There's nothing to worry about.
All right, finish the count and get up here as soon as you can. I don't want to be here all night.
Believe me, the man's gonna be real happy. Looks like we cleared over 10 grand this week.
We did 22 here. It looks like you're bringing up the rear, Granger.
I just got the count. We'll put the take on the 415.
We'll be waiting.
Here, Matola, take this up to the city on the 415. And don't stop for no drinks. They'll be waiting for it at the clearinghouse. You can get a cab down on the avenue.
He put the take in his pocket and went into the alley. And he sees a guy with a suitcase, a stranger, walking towards him.
Help! Help! Stop thief! Stop that guy!
Hey, get behind him! Cover that side of the alley!
Get that guy! Stop my wallet!
What's it got to do with you anyway, fool? I'll get you for this someday.
I need that money! Right up and do.
Now, don't worry, we got the wallet. What happened? He get you with a knife?
No, it's okay. Let me see the wallet. I gotta know what's all there.
Just sit tight, old man. We gotta get you to a doctor. I'll call a cop.
No cops.
Hey, you wanted by the law or something?
No, it's okay.
You're crazy, carrying that kind of money in this neighborhood. No wonder you got hit.
I'm obliged to you, but I gotta get going.
Just she going nowhere's on that leg.
I got it. Listen, I run some slots for a mob here, and I got behind on my payoffs. They think I'm holding out on them. They gave me to 4 o'clock to come up with the cash. I don't get it there, I'm done.
Don't look good, Gramps. You only got 15 minutes.
I got $100 for you and your friend if you deliver the money for me.
Oh, I don't know. That mug that hit you is mad enough at me already. What if he's out there around the corner waiting with some friends?
He won't know you're carrying it. You gotta help me.
Oh, sorry, pal. I'll fix you up. I'll call you a doctor. But I ain't gonna walk into a bunch of knives for you.
What about you? I'll give you the whole 100.
Whoa, what makes you think you can trust him? He didn't do nothing.
Butt out, chicken liver. I gave his wallet back, didn't I? How far is this place?
It's 1811 Mason. Put it in box 3C. You won't have any trouble. Now, here is the 5,000, and here is 100 for you.
All right, old man. I'll make a draw for you. And don't worry, you can count on me.
That ain't no good. If those goons out there decide to search you, you'll never fool them carrying it there.
What can we do?
You got a bag or something?
No.
Well, how about a handkerchief?
Yeah, good. I got one here.
Okay. Let me have the money. Now, you got anything else you want to keep, you better place it in here too.
You think?
Pocket's the first place they look.
Just hurry, will you? They think I've been holding out on them. My wife got sick and I had to pay some bills. I wasn't holding out. I told them I'd make it up next delivery.
All right, all right. What are you gonna do with it?
Simple, easy, safest way. You just shove it down here, and ain't no hard guy in the world will frisk it there.
Not bad, not bad.
Okay, pal. Here you go. Just shove it in there and you better move. You only got 15 minutes.
You gotta be there by 4.
That okay? No show?
Nothing.
Well, thanks, partner. And so long. And don't worry, everything's gonna be all right.
Can you see him?
Our man's running like a bat out of hell to that taxi
Oh
stand.
God, I hope he makes it.
He's in. Cab's taken off. Hey, I don't think it's headed towards, what was it you said? Mason Street?
Oh.
Hey, you think our man will be surprised when he pulls out that handkerchief and sees he's got himself nothing but a big wad of toilet paper?
Oh, Johnny, that was beautiful.
I thought he was on to us.
Nah, you had him all the way.
Oh my God, Luther! We're millionaires! You know what? First thing, I'm getting my suit out of Hawk.
You go on then. Our guy could be taking that taxi right back here now, so you and I better get ourselves out of here. I'll see you later. We can split this all up tonight.
So it's you again, Hooker. What is it today? Putting in or taking out?
I'm just getting my suit back for a start.
It's waiting for you. Loudest one we got.
I'm the Papa baby. You don't mind if I change here?
Don't kid me, Hooker. You'll never change. Once a grifter, always a grifter. Nice looking kid like you. What are you doing with all this? You know what you ought to do? You ought to go into garbage. There's a lot of money in garbage. Believe me. So it smells a little. Nothing's perfect.
You know, I don't see myself in a job for a start.
You got no security, kid. Your suit's in and out of here like the handle of a butter churn.
Oh, this suit? This suit ain't coming back. I'm on my way now. I got a feeling there's a big one coming up for me out there.
And you're getting all dressed up for it in a hawk shop?
No, I'm getting dressed up for a lady. I got myself a date with one of them gals over at the Gaiety.
Them burlesque broads, them girls are all cheap tramps.
Yeah.
See you next week, Hooker.
Not me.
Oh, Hooker, delivering flowers for Western Union?
No, dog.
Gee, and here I thought you got an honest job.
I got a date with Crystal.
Well, that's a job in itself.
Isn't she terrific?
Yeah, if you like knock knees.
I wasn't looking at her knees.
They're her best feature. Well, that's my cue. Hi, Hooker. Delivering flowers for Western Union?
They're for you.
Gorgeous. Did you hear that music out there? That conductor, choreo, he couldn't keep time in a watch factory. How long we gotta put up with that?
I thought you were terrific.
Hey, just stay where you are, will ya? You wanna see what's behind the screen? Go pay for a ticket.
Now, you want to get out of here tonight? I come into a little dough.
Can't. Got a 10 o'clock show. I need your $5.
I'll spend 50 on you.
Where'd we go?
There's a new place.
Who?
Gambling.
I don't gamble on nothing.
Oh, just for a half hour, then we'll go for food.
Chinese?
Why not? Oh, gorgeous.
If that choreo's the conductor, he got his training on the Rush Street trolley line. Did you hear what they was playing tonight? I do my kick and a turn, and he comes in with the ka-choo boom boom. What if some movie agent was there, and I'm trying to dance the ka-choo boom boom, huh? All those years, classical training, down the drain.
Hooker, how you doing, Jimmy?
Ain't seen you in months, boy. Thought maybe you took a fall.
I've been thinking about doing a new act. Something classy.
Nah, I just fell on a little hard times. They're all over now.
Want to go for a little 21?
You like to hear my idea for my new act?
Sure.
I'm gonna come on dressed like a caterpillar. All fuzzy but glamorous. You get it?
Place your bets.
$3 grand.
$3 grand? You could buy this whole place for $35.
You in?
I'd rather watch.
So I kind of ride around a little. Da-da, 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 yum pum.
Sure you want to start off that big? Bet like that could put a real dent in us.
I feel lucky tonight.
Come on, Hooker.
Hey,
I know you
$3
just...
grand.
Then I sort of zip off the fuzz real slow. Like I'm coming out of my cocoon. You get it?
Dealer has a 5.
Now, I haven't quite figured out how I get my butterfly wings yet, but somehow I get them real big. Silk wings with sequins all over them.
20.
Dealer has a 5, and 9, and 7. 21. Sorry, Hooker.
Your friend had the 7 palmed. I saw it in the mirror.
I know. Deal another Jimmy from the top. Oh, 10 makes 24. Don't worry, pal. But I knew it was my night.
He was cheating.
Yeah, he's got kids.
You lost $3,000.
Yeah, they would have fired him.
I don't know, Hooker. You crazy or what? I mean, how can you go eat chop suey after losing $3 grand?
Oh, I can eat it. I just can't pay for it.
Oh, just my luck. Oh well, at least I can still make it back for the 10 o'clock show. Thanks for the big evening, Hooker. Next time you want to spend $50 on me, mail it.
Oh, wait a minute. At least let me get you the cab fare. 30 cents. The hell with it.
Mr. Combs! Mr. Combs!
What now?
I'm so glad I caught you before you got on the streetcar.
Ginger, you want to make it to the top as a secretary. When the boss closes the door, he's gone for the day.
Yeah, there was a call. I thought you'd like to know. They found that Matola drunk in a dive in Joliet. Never got on the train.
I don't want to hear about his day. What happened to the money?
Lost it to a couple of con artists on his way out of the spot.
How much?
12,000.
All right, better get New York on the line, see what the big boss wants to do about it. I got a pretty good idea, though.
Yes, Mr. Combs.
Hey, Ginger, phone rings again. I'm on the streetcar.
Got to talk to Mr. Lonigan. He's playing. I can see that, Digger.
Mr. Lonigan, I wish to be destroyed.
It's an emergency, Maxie. It'll be all right. Doyle, do you have a minute?
I'm busy, Floyd.
It's important. We had a little trouble up in Chicago today. One of our runners got hit for 12 grand. A new guy, Matola.
You sure he didn't just pocket it?
No, we checked his story with a tipster. He was cleaned by 2 grifters.
They working for anybody?
Don't know yet. We're following that up.
All right. Mark this Matola up a little. Put him on a bus. Nothing fancy, just enough to keep him from coming back. And get some local people to take care of the grifters. We've got to discourage this kind of thing.
You got that, Alva?
Sure, Luther. I don't want to disturb you in all your hard work.
Your turn. I'm thinking.
Why, Johnny Hooker,
Evening, Alva.
you sure look sharp in them linens. If I didn't know you better, I'd swear you had class. Luther said you were something to see today, Johnny.
Oh, I don't know about that, Alva. I gotta get faster at tying up that bundle. I'm still giving him too much time to think.
Oh, bourgeois. I played the switch with slower hands than you got. So let's go, Rolanda. We're going to be late for church.
Oh, Grandma, I don't want to be. I haven't finished my arithmetic yet.
There doesn't seem to be any avoiding it. No matter what we do, the girl turns out good. You now, Rolanda.
Since when do you go to church at night?
Since they started late night bingo. I'm gonna call on the Lord, Luther.
Gin.
Nice going today, Erie. That guy was a real oil well. Which way did he go?
Due north. He was gonna take it all.
Ah, the lowlife. He can blow his nose all the way. There you go, Luther. 6 G's.
You're late. Where you been?
I had some appointments.
How much did you lose?
All of it.
In one damn night? You're a con man, and you blew it like a mark. I didn't teach you to be a mark.
What's eating you? I've blown money before.
No class grifter would have done that, that's all.
You think my play is bad?
No, I think it's the best. That's why I ain't quit before now.
Wait, what?
You quit, Luther?
I'm getting too slow for this racket. You hang around too long, you start embarrassing yourself.
What are you talking about? We just took off the biggest score we've ever had.
But it's nothing compared to what you could be making on the big con.
You played the big con. You said it was nothing. A game for flakes and mama boys.
I never did play the big con. I hung around and picked up a few things. I've been waiting for this one all my life, Johnny. Now I got a chance to go out at the top.
What are you gonna do? Play church bingo? Knit?
I got a friend down in KC. He runs a freight outlet. I can go halves with him. Not too exciting, but it's mostly legal.
Legal ain't no fun.
I wouldn't turn you out, kid, if you weren't ready. There's a guy in Chicago named Henry Gondorf I want you to look up. There isn't a better inside man alive. He'll teach you everything you gotta know.
You'll take a cut of what I make, won't you?
I'm out, Johnny.
You want to play another game?
No, I think I'd just like to rest my eyes and wait for Alva to come home.
Okay. I guess me and Ariel go take a walk.
Good night, boys.
You sure that's the way you want it, Luther?
It's the way I want it.
How do you like that Luther, huh?
Come on. It was the only thing to do. He knew he was holding you back.
Yeah, but we were partners. I owe Luther everything. If he hadn't taught me song, I wouldn't know nothing. Craig! Oh, hi there, Snyder. Things a little slow at the bunco department. Somebody lose the dominoes.
You scored blood money today, Hooker. You need a friend.
Find yourself another shoplifter to roll. Ah! Oh! See, you got the wrong guy, pal. I've been home with the flu all day. You can sing out my toilet if you like.
I'll tell you what you did, smart boy. You and Luther Coleman played the switch on a loaded mark. If he hadn't been a numbers runner for Doyle Lonigan, it would have been perfect.
You're crazy. I'm not stupid enough to play for rackets money.
Not on purpose, maybe, but that don't make no difference to Lonigan. They'll swat you like a fly.
Square it with the fixer.
Nobody can buy you a prayer. If I put the finger on you, figure your end of the score was at least 3 G's. I want 2, no matter what it was.
My end was only 1.
Then you'll have to find another grand somewhere.
All right.
You're smart, eh, Hooker? No use dying for 2 grand.
I thought you blew all your money.
I did. That stuff I gave him was counterfeit. They'll pinch him at the first place he tries to use it.
What are you going to do when Snyder rushes his finger right to Lonigan?
Makes no difference now. If Steiner knows, so does everybody else.
Listen to me, Hooker. Whatever you do, don't go back to your place tonight. Don't go any place
Luther.
you usually go.
Luther!
Get out of
Luther,
town!
we gotta tell Luther! If he doesn't know they're onto it!
Hey, Johnny, wait up!
But Johnny was too late. Lonigan's guns got there first.
You mean?
He was lying in front of the building when they got there. Cops said Luther jumped. Anyways, Hooker knew he was next on the hit parade. He had to get out of town.
But if he didn't have any money,
A guy with Johnny Hooker's talents could always find money lying around in someone else's pocket. So he took a train to Chicago, got off, and bought a hot dog.
is the hot dog important?
It is if you're hungry. Then he took a trolley to the south side, walked a couple of blocks until he found Billy's Palais de Dance.
He went to a dance hall?
Open all night, real classy. That was the first time I saw Hooker.
You were a dance hall hostess?
What are you, crazy? I was Billy. It was my joint. I was queen of the South Side. So he comes up to the booth. Naturally, he was impressed. I was even more gorgeous then than I am today.
Excuse me. I'm looking for a guy named Henry Gondorf. You know
No.
him? Luther Coleman sent me.
You Hooker?
Yeah.
Why didn't you say so? I thought you were a cop or something. Come on. Gondorf.
Gondorf. Gondorf? The great Henry Gondorf.
Somebody turn on the show!
You sober?
Fine. Just can't find a shampoo.
Aaron Looker.
Glad to meet you, kid. You're a real horse's ass.
Yeah? Luther Coleman said you could teach me something. I already know how to drink.
Well, now you two know each other, you don't need me. Play nice.
Great little dame, that Billy. Runs a good dime a dance. Always make sure the girls have their dresses dry cleaned. The place is one of the few the syndicate don't own.
You live here?
It's got charm. It's cheaper than the Ambassador, and there's always a dance partner outside. Sorry about Luther. He was the best street worker I ever saw.
He had you down as a big timer. What happened?
I conned a senator from Florida on a stocks deal. He thought he was going to take over General Electric. Some Shantuzi woke him up and he put the feds on.
You mean you blew it?
Luther didn't tell me you had a big mouth.
He didn't tell me you was a screw-up. You played the big cons since then?
No. I lammed it around for a while till things cooled off. Philly, Denver, Baltimore, nothing towns. But don't kid yourself, friend. I still know how. You're gonna stay for breakfast, or do you already know how to eat?
I picked up something along the way.
I'll get after you too.
I don't know. I haven't seen anybody.
You never do, kid.
Gondorf, am I going to learn the big con here or not?
Who?
I want to play for Lon again.
You know anything about him?
Yeah, I croaked Luther. What else I got to know?
Plenty. Does he bet on fights? Is he a ladies' man, a boozer? Does he play the market? Who does his dirty work? You know anything?
Yeah, he runs numbers on the south side.
You know that, huh?
Yep.
You know about the packing company? The chain of savings and loans? You know he's got half the politicians in Chicago and New York in his pocket? There ain't a fix in the world gonna cool him out if he blows up.
I'll play for him anyway.
Why?
Because I don't know enough about killing to kill him.
Good. You can't do it alone, you know. Takes a mob of guys like you and enough money to make them look good.
You're scared of him, aren't you?
Right down to the ground, pal. We're talking about a guy who'd kill a grifter over a chunk of money that wouldn't support him 2 days.
Then you don't want to do it?
I just don't want you coming back to me halfway through and saying it's not enough. Because it's all you get. Thanks for not watering my hat.
Can you get a ball?
I don't know. This one's kind of risky. I doubt if I can get more than 200 or 300 guys. Let's go.
Whoa! It's not just Chicago. They got one of the grifters, the old guy.
What about the other one?
They still looking for him.
Who does Combs have on it?
He gave it to Riley.
Ah, he's a hacker.
He staked out the guy's place last night. The guy didn't show. Riley figures he's probably skipped town. You want to follow it up?
You see the guy over there in the red sweater?
Your golf partner.
Right. Name's Danny McCoy. Petunias, I call him. We used to work a subway entrance by the Brooklyn Navy Yard selling flowers to the sailors. Danny'd tell them where they could find a floozy and I'd peddle the flowers. Only Danny didn't know any floozies. He'd usually just give them the address of somebody he was mad at. My oldest friend. You take a good look at him, Floyd, because if he ever finds out we could be beat by one lousy grifter, I'll have to kill him. And every other hood who'd like to take over my operation. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Good lad.
Hey, Doyle, you're up.
Coming.
Wait a minute. What is it? I have to turn over my tape. Oh, cute. Now? So Gondorf began to get it all organized. First he got Hooker some decent clothes, a haircut, and a furnished room. The place looked okay, but every time Hooker went out, even down the hall to the John, he slipped a little piece of paper between the door and the jamb, about an inch off the floor. Is that important? Yes. Why? Don't push me, honey. I'm building suspense. Meanwhile, Gondorf got some guys together, called a meeting. He got the top guys. Kid Twist came in from St. Louis. Oh, he was a prince. Tall, good-looking, snappy dresser. I always thought he had eyes for me. Well, they all did. Anyways, then there was Ivy Niles.
Ivy, a woman?
Sure, a woman. What are you, sexist or something? Ivy was one terrific lady.
How did she get into the con game?
She inherited her career from her late husband, Eddie.
She's a widow.
He died young, of Capone. And her with 2 kids, so she got a job in a bank, researching suckers. And then there was J.J. Singleton. Oh, that man had class. You couldn't tell him from a crooked senator. Well, once Hooker got there, they was ready to start. I tell you, it was one exciting moment, you know? Planning the big one. The biggest one ever to hit Chicago.
Flanagan gets most of his income from the numbers, but he's putting more and more of his money into the savings and loan
You
business.
think he's moving out of the racket?
No, he owns most of the stock. It's traded on the board. My guess is he's trying to build a respectable image. He came out of Hell's Kitchen in New York, tells everybody he's from Forest Hills. But he knows the market well. We can't take him on a stock deal.
All right, Twist, what do you got in the numbers?
Tipsters say it's right out of a packing house on 14th by a guy named Combs. Now, Lonigan comes out every 3 weeks or so to check on the place, but he stays away from the day-to-day stuff in case it gets raided. Now, this is Combs' favorite torpedo. Name's Riley. He's the guy that hit Luther. They also got that numbers runner you caught. They found him in a quarry with a knife in his eye. Ever seen him?
No.
Lonigan's had 7 or 8 guys rubbed on his way up. His pattern has been to get close to the racket boss, learn his operation, then move in on him. He is vindictive as hell, Henry, and he kills for fraud. It doesn't add up that he let Hooker get away from him.
You see anything, let us know, huh? If they got you on the spot, we'll fold up the con. It'd be too easy to find. Got that?
You sure it's gonna be that one?
No, he's just the only one we know about.
JJ, what do you got?
Not much. I don't know what to do with this guy, Henry. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't chase dames. He's the commander of the Knights of Columbus. And he only goes out to play chemin de fer. Sometimes plays 15, 20 hours at a time. Just him against the house.
Any roulette or craps?
Won't touch him. Croupier Gilman says he never plays anything he can't win.
What about sport?
Well, he likes to be seen with fighters sometimes, but he doesn't go to the fights or bet on them.
Sweat. Does this guy do anything where he's not alone?
Just poker. And he cheats at that. Pretty good at it, too.
Where does he play?
The porters say that he runs a brace game on the Century Limited when he comes out here from New York. $100 minimum, straight poker. A lot of high rollers ride that train just to play with it.
Sounds good, JJ. You're slowing down already.
When's his next trip?
Saturday.
Well, awful soon.
The faster you move, Ivy, the faster you get out.
I think we ought to play him on the rag. It's the tightest game we got. It's not all over the papers.
Lonigan's a fast egg, JJ. He is not going to sit still for a standard play.
So where does that leave us? We can't call him the rag to a banker.
You the owner here?
That's right.
Ken Snyder, Funko.
Joliet Badge Snyder. Don't cut much up here.
I'm looking for a guy on the lamp from a counterfeiting rap. Thought he might have come in here.
Don't think so. I know everybody goes in the place and I always bounce the lamps.
All right if I go in and look around?
No. I got real swells coming in here to dance and have no flat foot around and I throw them off the beat.
I don't really need your permission.
Who told you the guy was in here?
Nobody. I just know he likes fancy dames and fancy dancing. I'm going to check all the diamond dances till I find him.
Maybe I can help ya, if you told me his name.
I think I'll just keep that to myself. You don't mind if I walk around the floor and check out the guys?
I don't mind nothing, but I wouldn't do it if I was you.
What are you going to do, call the cops?
I don't have to. One of them guys is the chief of police.
Okay, but you keep your nose clean, lady. Chief's feet gotta wear it sometime.
Lola? Cover for me, will ya? Sure. I just had a visitor. Some cop from Joliet looking for a G on a counterfeiting rap.
Any of you guys been passing off green goods lately? Billy, if that dick comes in again, stall him until I get a look at it.
I'll stall him if I have to tangle with him myself.
Hang on a minute, Billy. I think I've made up my mind what we do for long. We use the wire.
The what?
Why is 10 years out of date?
That's why he won't know.
I'm not sure I know.
It takes 2 of us working the inside. Any objection to Hooker and a second man? All right. Give Lonigan the hook on the train and play him here.
You think I can get in that poker game, JJ?
All you gotta do is show up with some money and look like a fool.
Easy for you, Henry.
I also gotta win. Okay, suppose I do win. We're gonna need Pete.
Check with Woodrow.
The Countess.
Yeah, she runs the snappiest gambling joint in town. She'll know who's around.
Check her out, Twist.
Right?
And we'll need a place. Any ideas, Ivy?
Rhoda Garfield, she knows all the places and can get us all the equipment we need.
She comes high.
Yeah, but she's fast. She keeps her mouth shut.
Get right on it, Ivy. There ain't much time. You take Twist with you. Hooker, Singleton. We've got to get to New York in time to get the sanctuary back on Saturday.
Those all the places?
What do you want? I showed you 3. You need a place opens on the street big enough for a big operation, and you need it the day before yesterday? I don't usually do miracles. Only other thing I can do is walk across Lake Michigan.
You think the one on Rush Street?
Too much traffic. I think Stennard's billiard parlor.
Only went out of business a month ago, so it ain't too dirty yet.
Yeah, so long as we don't have to eat that. It's big enough, it's off the street.
But we need a room with a window that faces the place.
Well, there's a rooming house across the street. I know the landlord.
How much to fix it up?
Well, it's been a while since I stocked a wire store. Not too many mobs playing that anymore.
All we need is a bookie set up and a tap.
All right. Rent the Stenners in the room across the street. Phones, blackboards, ticket gear, and I can get you a tap in a Mo Annenberg's wire. He's got eyes on every track in the country. You'll get the race results, odds, scratches, post positions, everything. Just as fast as Western Union gets them.
All right, how much?
$2 grand. You need a count and a bar, that'll be another grand. Although I don't know where the hell I'm gonna get them, though.
Oh, come on, Rhoda, you can do better than that.
You want the stuff tomorrow, don't you? Besides, Gondorf's still a hot item. Where am I gonna be if he gets hit?
All right, Rhoda, do the best you can.
You sure you want to work flat rate or you want to go for a percentage?
Who's the mark?
Doyle Lonigan.
Flat rate.
You getting all this, honey? Yes. So Gondorf took Hooker and Singleton to New York City. They got off the train, went to the ticket booth, got tickets for Chicago, and got right back on.
Yes, sir, Mr. Lonigan. Sure is nice to have you back on board again, sir. Always makes the trip more interesting. Don't worry about your luggage. I got the porter taking special care of your things. Right here, sir, compartment C. You gentlemen are in the next car, compartment G.
They'll find it themselves.
Gee, that comes after F, don't it?
Bar and diner, 2 cars up, Mr. Lonigan. And I guess we'll be having our usual game tonight, sir?
Okay, okay.
Thank you, Mr. Lonigan. Yes, sir, anything we can do.
Lonigan's the one in the camel hair coat.
Hey, he's not as tough as you'd like to think.
Neither are we. I hear there's a friendly poker game on the street tonight. You know anything about that?
A little.
You think you could get me in that game?
I don't know. There's usually a waiting list. That will get you first alternate, sir. Compartment B. I'll see what I can do.
Win?
Yeah, I think so. I gave the conductor a C note. You find out the deck?
He usually plays with a Royal or a Cadenza. I got you one of each. He likes to cold deck low, 8s or 9s.
Nice work, JJ.
All aboard!
Get you in coffee, Big Mug. I wanted to dance. I'd asked ya.
Mr. Lonigan,
Mr. James, good to see you again.
ready for a little action?
Always, always.
Got him clean. Never knew a thing hit him.
Just in here, Mrs. Lombard.
25 grand. Looks like he's expecting a big night.
Compartment B.
Wish me luck, Mr. Clemens. My husband hit the ceiling after my last trip to Chicago.
Thank you, ma'am, thank you. You'll do just fine, Mrs. Lombard.
They're waiting for you in the card room. Let them wait. Nervous? Just worry about your end, kid. We ever get 2 bits. What are you doing?
Dressing. Everyone's here. Where's this new bird?
I'm sure he'll be here any minute.
You check him out?
He seems pleasant enough. I've had a lot of money on him. I'll vouch for him.
You're gonna drink now? Always drink gin with Mark, kid.
All right.
Gin? They don't know that it's mostly what?
Let's start without him. Mr. Clemens, give me the cards.
Sorry I'm late, boys. Ma'am, I was cutting an ingrown toenail. Shaw's the name. Any of you boys, ma'am, want to make a little book in Chicago? I'm the guy to see.
Mr. Shaw is a bookmaker from Chicago. Mr. Shaw meet Mr. Clayton from Pittsburgh, Mr. Jameson, Chicago, Mr. Lonigan, New York, and Mrs. Lombard, Philadelphia.
How are you, boys? Didn't I meet you at the Derby a couple of years ago? Yeah, you were running around with that jockey. The short, dark Italian kid.
I hardly think so.
Mr. Shaw, we usually require a tie at the stable. If you don't have one, we can get you one.
Yeah, that's real nice of you, Mr. Lonham.
Lonigan.
Straight poker, table stakes $100 minimum. And since this is a gentleman's game, we assume you're all good for your debts. How much would you like, Mr. Shaw?
5,000 to start with.
I appreciate you coming over to me, Countess. I don't want to be seen around too much.
I understand. Some of the boys and I passed the hat around for Elva and the kid. The boys were very worked up. They don't like being gone.
Terrible, but don't worry. We're going to send a little calling card of our own.
I figured that when you asked me for the list. I had a feeling about it anyway. There was a deck in Joliet in my town last night. Snyder.
Do any damage?
Nobody damages Countess Boudreaux's place twist. Sort of banged up a grifter, though. So what is it?
Gondorf's setting up a wire store on the north side. I need a 20-man boost right away.
Well, we have a lot of talent in this place.
Well, this is a tough one, Countess. These guys have got to be the quilt.
I got you, the cream of the crop. Horseface Lee, Slim Miller, Suitcase Murphy, and the Big Alabama are all in from New Orleans. Gloomy Gus and Limehouse Chappie from New York. And the rest are good too, should give you plenty to choose from.
Oh, spread the word, Countess. I want to see anybody that you okay, but quick.
Happy to do it, Twist, but you know, if this thing blows up, I can't do you any good downtown. Gondorf is federal.
Don't worry about it, Countess.
Raise 500.
See and raise 3.
See and raise 5.
5 and call.
Pair of jacks, pair of sevens.
3 tens. Stuff like Lonahan. Well, that's what you get for playing like you thought the game was old maid. Something more like that. We can all go to bed early, huh, boys? Huh, ma'am?
The name's Lonigan. Doyle Lonigan. You're going to remember that, Mr. Shaw. You're going to find yourself another game.
Name is Curly Jackson. Worked for Gad Bryant out of Baltimore.
You ever played the wire, Curly?
I used to rope for it long ago. I can shill, mark board, anything you want. I don't run with riffraff, and I only drink on weekends. My specialty is an Englishman.
All right, Curly, you're in. I got a rack of suits in the other room. Why don't you get yourself a nice tweed one?
Oh, that will be quite unnecessary, my good man. I have my own wardrobe.
Don't worry about it, honey. Dime store perfume always makes me sneeze. Reminds me of a dame I knew in Buffalo.
Your bet.
Oh, yeah. Raise 300. Hold.
Raise 200.
Hold. 2. Call.
2 pair.
3 6s. Well, I'm out. Don't worry about it, pal. They wouldn't have let you in here if you wasn't a chump. Mrs. Lombard will join you soon. Rods and poker, don't mix.
Now look,
I've had quite enough of this game, and more than enough of the company. Cash me out, please, Mr. Clemens.
Looks like it's just us 3, huh?
yes, just us 3. Mr. Clements, why don't we take a 5-minute break? Tempers are running a little high.
Ah, come on, Lindgren. I was just starting to do good.
Good night, Mrs. Lombard.
No, but the farther I get from that man, the better it gets.
Stack me a cooler, Floyd.
Ease up, Doyle. We're half an hour out of the station. So you split with him. You made a big hunk on the others.
Load me a deck.
What do you want Clayton to get?
Nothing. He's got to be out of the hand early. Set it up so Shaw gets 4 3s.
And you get?
4 9s.
And when do you switch the deck?
I'm going to cut it in on his deal. I'm going to bust that son of a bitch in one move.
Oh, man. Just wish I had me a nice mess of pig's feet and sauerkraut.
Name's Joe Erie.
You played for any particular mobs?
No.
You know the wire at all?
No, I never played no big con before, but Luther Coleman was a friend of mine. I thought maybe there's something I could do.
Where'd you get the eye?
Walked into a door.
Where?
Joint run by the Countess something. What's the difference? All doors are alike.
This door, did it come from Joliet and carry a badge?
Yeah.
Hang on. You've got moxie, Erie. You're in.
Hey, thanks. Hey, that's swell.
Get yourself a suit in the next room. Next!
Hold.
$300.
Raise 1,000.
Raise 500.
Raise 2,000.
See, and raise 1,000.
Raise 5,000.
See, and raise the rest.
Call.
1, 2, 3, 4 9s.
Four jacks. That's all for me tonight, boys. We'll leave you some cash there. Them others settle up?
Yes, sir. I think you'll find that's right.
You married? Buy your wife a diamond tiara.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shaw.
You owe me 50 grand, pal.
I must have left it in my room.
What? Don't give me that, Jazz, you little weenie. How do I know you ain't gonna take a powder? You come to a game like this, you bring your money. Son of a... All right, buddy. I'm gonna send the boy by your room in 5 minutes. You better have that money, or it's gonna be all over Chicago that your name ain't worth a dime. You won't be able to get a game of tiddlywinks in this town. How'd you do? Well, I got some working money anyway. Okay, kid, you're on. But I gotta tell you, I'm a hard act to follow.
Doyle, I know I gave him 4 3s. He must have switched the decks, and we can't let him get away with that.
What was I supposed to do? Tell him they're cheating better than me in front of the others?
Excuse me. My name's Foley. Mr. Shaw sent me.
Your boss is quite a card player, Foley. How does he do it?
He cheats.
Then I'll just keep my money and we'll have another game.
You don't have any to keep. He hired a dame to take it from you. Shaw's been planning to beat your game for months. He was just waiting for you to cheat so he could clip you.
Ah! Who do you think you're talking to, Harry boy? Nobody sets me up. You take him back to the baggage car and put one in his ear. We'll get his friend later and dump them both first tunnel we hit.
What are you thinking?
You want to get dumped too?
There's better ways to take him down.
Shut up.
Shaw killed me too if you knew I was telling you this.
Okay, why the rat?
I want to take over his operation, Lonigan. I need you to help me break him.
What makes you think you can break him?
Well, I've been planning this for 2 years. I know his operation backwards and forwards, but I need somebody respectable and not completely legit.
I'm a banker, friend. That's legit in this state.
All you gotta do is put a bet down for me at Shaw's place. I'll provide the money and the information.
What about the money you came to collect? Isn't he gonna miss that?
I'll tell him you paid it. I keep all his books. He trusts me. If you help me out, I'll pay you back the 25 grand he stole out of my own pocket.
Worth that much to you?
Maybe a couple million.
Where are you from, kid?
New York, Hell's Kitchen, and I moved out fast.
Ah, good enough, huh? Okay, Foley, what did you think you were gonna get me to do?
I want you to meet me tomorrow near Shaw's place at Klein's drugstore. That's 660 Marshall Street.
I'll think about it. Where are you going?
Shaw's Way, at 12:30, if you're interested.
If I'm not there by 1:15, I'm not coming.
Well, I gave him the breakdown just like you told me to.
And?
He threatened to kill me.
Now, they don't do that. You know you're not getting brutal.
He tried to put himself away as legit, so I went right into the pitch.
Did he try to hold you up on anything?
Nah, he just sat there and listened. I don't know if he got it or not.
That's all right. Once they start listening, they're in trouble.
You think he'll show?
Did he say he wouldn't?
No?
He'll show.
I thought I'd clear away the house.
It was a blast, Groves. Tell Cook she'd done it again.
Yes, and may I remind you that it is now 4 o'clock.
I know. I gotta watch.
The museum board meeting is at 5 o'clock.
Oh yeah, it's Friday, ain't it? Tell Dinsmore to bring the rolls around at 5:15.
Yes, madam.
So where was I? Gondorf told Hooker that Lonigan was caught and he'd be at the drugstore, and then the train pulled into the station.
Oh, right. So Hooker goes back to his rooming house. And remember that piece of paper I told you he stuck in the door? It ain't in the door. It's on the floor.
What does that mean?
What does it mean? It means somebody opened the door, and Hooker knows someone's in there. And he ain't expecting no visit from his old maid aunts. So he jumps the banister, runs down the stairs. At the same time, Riley comes out of the room, guns a-blazing. You remember Riley?
Yes, Riley was the gunman that was tracking Hooker when he pulled the heist on the numbers bag man.
Say, you catch on quick.
Did Hooker get away?
He grabbed a bus. He grabbed it, standing on the bumper, his fingers in the open window, and Riley didn't tumble to it. So he went to another flea bag for the night, and in the morning, he went to see Gondorf.
What happened to your face?
Nothing. I felt getting off a bus.
Why'd you move out of your room?
How do you know?
Never mind how I know. Why'd you move out of your room?
It was too noisy.
You can't play your friends like Marks, Hooker. You know how easy it'd be for one of Lonigan's guys to nail you? It almost happened last night, right?
You having me tailed?
And that dick from Joliet, that Snyder, it's you he's looking for, ain't it?
All we need is a couple of days, Henry. A couple of days, we'll get Lonigan and we'll stomp on him.
You just won't learn, will you? Hell, you come in here, I teach you stuff maybe 5 guys in this world know. Stuff most grifters couldn't do even if they knew it. And all you want to do is run down a boat. You're just like all them new jerks. Lots of nerve and no brains. 10 years from now, when me and the others are through, and you dumb guys are all dead, there won't be one G left who knows the big con was anything more than a way to make a living.
A couple of days. That's all I'm asking. I can stay clear that long.
Yeah? Well, just don't fall off a bus again.
Gondorf wouldn't have given up, would he?
Nah, he was in too deep. Lonigan was coming that day. They had the whole store set up.
The store?
The place where they was going to work the con. They call it the store. Now, you got to imagine the physical setup of this place. You know what I mean? They fixed up Stener's billiard parlor, real classy. There was a bar, tables, and a tote board, cashier's counter, and sheet writers. Can you picture it?
Sheet writer?
For taking phone bets. Where you been all your life, honey? Anyways, I'm in back with Singleton at the ticker, and Gondorf's in front with Ivy.
Cut that out, Aggie, will you?
I'm nervous, Gondorf. I guess I've been around a legit bank for too long.
You understand, girls? Keep the phones moving. When you hang up, you press the buzzer with your foot, and the phone rings again.
Like this? What's going on? Just tested? Just tested!
And remember across the street they took a room with a window? That's for the lookout, Kid Twist. And Hooker, he's in Klein's drugstore drinking a cherry Coke.
He doesn't seem like the cherry Coke type.
It was like a disguise. So suddenly...
Say, you're daydreaming, kid. Eat always healthy.
I was afraid you weren't going to come. You haven't got much time.
Get on with it then.
Sometime after 1 o'clock, a guy's going to call here and give you the name of a horse. All you got to do is take this $2,000 across the alley to Shaw's place and bet on that pony. There's nothing to it. But don't take too much time. You only got 3 or 4 minutes after you get the call.
You're not going to beat him with a $2,000 bet.
This is just a test. The big one comes later. Be careful with that, though. It's all I got. Now, I got to get back before Shaw misses me.
Billy, we got Belmont second, Blue Note 6-1.
Got it.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I want to use the phone.
We're waiting for a call.
It won't take a minute. I just have to cancel my manicurist.
The phone's out of order.
Well, then I'll keep the appointment.
This is it. Don't forget to push the button.
Yeah.
Yes?
Blue Note at 6-1 on the nose.
Cigars, cigarettes, antacid tablets.
Look at that. Flanagan's got 2 8s. That's what I like about these guys, JJ. They always got protection against things we'd never do.
Yes, Mr. Root, 20,000 on Dancing Cloud.
Last flash, second base of Belmont, Whitsun 5-1, War Eagle 8-5, Blue Note 6-1.
15,000 on this end, across the board.
Yes, sir.
Never get enough, huh, pal? I think you'd get tired of losing, Hannigan.
The name's Lonigan.
Where you see cash from this guy, he's got the name for betting money he don't have.
2,000 on Blue Note.
That all?
That's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Arnold Rowe, your caller for the second race at Belmont in New York. A mile and 1/8 for 4-year-olds and up. And they're off.
Okay, let's go.
And around the first turn, it's War Eagle first by length, Jailbait second by 1.5, Dancing Cloud third by half on the outside, followed by Lucky Lady, Mojo, Whitsun, and Blue Note.
That's not where we want him to sit.
Come on, War Eagle!
Dancing Cloud's hell of a finisher. War Eagle's gonna have to open up a little more on him.
You know anything about a horse-bound Blue Note?
Nah, he's never done much. Probably just in here to round up the field. War Eagle's where you want to have your money.
Clubhouse turn. It's War Eagle by 2 lengths. Dancing Clouds moved up to second by half. Lucky Lady third by 3, followed by Jailbait, Mojo, Blue Note, and Wits End.
You really picked a winner, kid.
Just give him a little time.
Into the backstretch, it's War Eagle still by a length. Dancing Cloud posting on the inside. Second by 2, Lucky Lady. Third by 1.5. Followed by Blue Note, Jailbait, Wits End, and Mojo.
Doing great, Erie. He loves you.
Into the far turn, Dancing Cloud now by half a length. War Eagle second by 2, Blue Note third by half, and moving fast on the outside. Followed by Lucky Lady, Jailbait, Wits End, and Mojo. Coming down the stretch, it's Blue Note, War Eagle, Dancing Cloud, Blue Note, head to head, Dancing Cloud, Blue Note, Dancing Cloud, Blue Note, and it's Blue Note by a nose, Dancing Cloud second by 2, War Eagle third by 3.5. Time for mile 8, 2:01 and 6/10 seconds.
Bloody awful. Who in blazes is Blue Note? War Eagle's where you want to have your money, huh?
Don't bother to come back with a piker's bet like that again, Lonnie. You got a $5,000 minimum here. Show this bum out. Well, go on, do what you're told, and pipsqueak. Tell him not to bring his garbage men in here no more. This is a class joint. He's gaffed, kid. He should start coming to you now.
All right, Combs, what the hell happened?
Riley missed him.
I told you he was a hack.
He always done good before. He got in his room. There's no way the guy could have known he was there. He had a clean pick on the lock. Didn't leave no footprints on the floor. Somebody must have wised him up.
Get rid of Riley. Nobody screws up more than once for me. We'll put Salino on it. I need somebody careful.
Salino? Why waste our best people on a small-time job like this? It ain't no heavy grifter we're after. The guy's a five-and-dimer.
Huh? And why isn't he dead?
Riley didn't think he'd be so cagey, that's all. We'll get him next time.
There ain't no next time. Riley had his chance. All he did was shoot up a rooming house, make a lot of noise, and wake up a few cops. But he didn't hit nothing.
Yes. Send him out. He's on his way.
That's all, Combs. Get out.
Give Riley a break, Mr. Lonigan. It's a matter of pride. You don't want a two-bit blood getting away from him. It'll ruin his record. If Riley says he's going to get him, he'll get him.
This is Salino's job now, Combs. If Riley wants to muscle in, that's his business. He's breaking the rules, and Salino's not going to like it.
But the guy...
See you around, Combs. Riley's a clown, but do you think he'd be dumb enough to try and take a hit away from Salino?
That's between them. You got two guns going after the guy that lifted the tape. And one of them's working for free.
Well, what did I tell you?
You got lucky once.
Lucky? Hell, I can do it every day.
Why don't you then?
Because it's better to do it all at once. We're putting down 400 grand next week. At 5 to 1, you make 2 million. 20% of that is yours if you stick with us.
You got a system, Foley?
No, you can still lose with the system.
You're past posting, aren't you?
Could be.
How?
You gonna stay in?
Until I get some answers.
We got a partner downtown that runs the central office of the Western Union. Race results from all over the country come in there and go right across his desk on their way to the bookies. All he does is hold them up a couple of minutes until he can call us and get a bet down on the winner. Then, he releases the results to the bookies, and we clean up on a race that's already been run. You can't miss, unless the Western Union dicks get onto it.
You got the 400 grand yet?
There's only grand here.
We're gonna make another bet tomorrow.
I'm gonna talk to my partner. We can't afford to expose our game too much.
Good. I'll talk to him too.
No.
Been waiting a long time for this, Foley. Don't ruin it for yourself. We'll pick you up at 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, it's Hooker. I told him the tale, but he didn't go for it. He wants to meet my partner tomorrow at 3.
Hell, we'll never get a telegraph store set up by then. Any way of talking him out of it?
None. I would have tried stalling him, but I didn't have very many friends in the room.
All right. Well, We'll have to play it on the fly. I'll get Ivy looking for a place.
And let me know when you get something.
You'll be the first.
Here's your order.
Oh, thanks. Guess I should have had the meatloaf.
Oh, it isn't any better.
Where's June today?
She don't work here no more.
You got a name?
Loretta, but don't bother to remember. I'm only filling in for a couple of days so I can catch a train out of here.
Where are you going?
I don't know. Depends on what train I catch.
I feel like an idiot.
I'm not gonna comment on that.
If I wanted to be a house painter, I could have gone legit.
You got a better idea?
We could have set up our own Western Union store.
Rondorf told you there wasn't time. We're gonna use a real one. Now you know the plan. We go in through the side door.
Why?
Because we don't want to be seen by a bunch of customers.
Oh, who'll be sending wires? It ain't Mother's Day.
Now remember, I'll do all the talking.
Now, what else is new?
Now, who's that?
How would I know? They're on the other side of the door.
Front entrance.
I'm sorry, you'll have to use the front entrance.
Our truck is parked over here. We're here to pay Mr. Harmon's office.
Mr. Harmon?
What's going on?
They said they're supposed to be.
Nobody ordered that. I'm a busy man. I got a lot of work to do.
Sorry, Mr. Harmon, but Mr. Bingham signed the order. He said 2 coats. He said this place is a real pigsty. And the manager of a Western Union office couldn't keep it looking his best.
Signed it all right.
I need that for my supervisor.
I don't know why Brian didn't tell me himself.
Oh, well, I'm trying to hurry you on to keep you out of her office for too long.
Why can't I work with you in here?
Look, pal, we gotta cover the floor, the furniture, everything, so we don't spill nothing. You wanna sit here with a tarp over your head? You're welcome to it. How long you gonna be?
Hour, 2, tops. We do good work.
Come on, Miss Richard, and bring your steno pad.
May as well. I'm doing it wrapped into my fingertips.
What's that?
It's a picture of me, my sister, and her 2 brats. Take a look at the bad locks that poor slut married.
I wonder what color I should do this in, Chauncey. How about maybe puce?
Get going.
Here. When is Western Union opening stores in an alley?
We go in the side door. We don't need the advertising.
Yeah?
Les, I got Mr. Lonigan with me. He wants to see you a second.
You can't come in here. What the hell's the matter with you? If only we could have talked to the club or something.
He thought it might be a good idea for him to see the setup.
Well, we can't talk in here anyways. The place is being painted.
It's your family?
Yeah?
Nice kids.
Well, the girl is okay. The boy, he is a pain in the butt. You know,
Kids will be kids. Let's get some coffee.
Ms. Richmond, I'm going home a little early today. Please tell anybody that calls that they can reach me in the morning.
Deal.
What does it mean, Clyde?
I don't know.
You don't think your wife found out about us?
Can't do it. There's telegraph inspectors all over the place.
I want to see it one more time.
I've got 400 grand coming in from the coast next week. I am not going to blow that on a measly 14G. Oh, sir. I decide when we place our bets.
Not if you want me to keep making them for you. If it works again tomorrow, I'll finance the whole thing myself. $500,000 worth. We'll split 60-40.
What do you mean? I already got a guy. What am I supposed to say to him?
You tell him to drop dead. What I know about your operation, you should be worrying about making me happy.
Well, we can't keep on going into Shaw's place and cleaning up on long shots. He's bound to get wise.
Well, then we'll go with short odds this time. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Are you Lieutenant William Snyder?
I don't know. What's up?
FBI, Special Agent Polk. I'll get a few words with you. Got a minute?
I got work to do.
It'll wait.
Who said?
Shut up, Snyder. Try not to live up to all my expectations. We were told you know a hustle artist named Johnny Hooker. Do you know him or don't you?
Yeah, but I don't know where he is.
It's okay, we do. He's chumming around with a big C named Henry Gondorf. Ring any bells?
Sure, every bunko man in the country is Gondorf.
There's word he's gonna run a con on the north side here. We got a year-old Florida warrant on him, but it's a thin beef. And he can beat it in court unless we catch him cold. All we want you to do is pick up Hooker for us.
Why don't you pick him up yourself?
Because the stoolies are used to the street dicks jumping up. And if word gets around that the feds are in on it, we'll fold up the whole thing.
Wouldn't that be too bad? You'd have to move out of this nice office on the street corner.
Don't crack wise to me, Flatfoot. I spent a lot of time eating Gondorf's dust while the bunco squad gets rich tipping them off. But it's not gonna happen this time. We're not even gonna let the police know we're here. If you shut your mouth and do a job, there'll be some reward bucks in it for you. And you better take it, because I can make you work for us without it.
What the hell good is Hooker to you?
He's gonna set Gondorf up for us.
He'll never do it.
I think he will.
Visitation still up by 2 3/4, single action second, Fasinello third.
What's the line on visitation?
7-2. That ain't bad.
He'll probably fall down.
How you doing? Nothing yet.
Not many long shots coming in today.
You don't want big odds on this one, KJ. Nothing over 4-1. Oh, okay, Billy, here we go. You ready?
Yep.
At the wire, it's single action by 2, Fasinello second, visitation third. Line on single action, 5-1. Hell, that's no good.
Gonna hit you with 20 grand. How much cash we got?
Not enough to cover a bet that big.
Get a couple of extra guys in the line then. We'll give them the shut-up.
Right.
Hey, Billy, okay, here we go.
Again?
At the wire, Wrecking Crew the winner by 5, Grand Theft second, Wingless third. Line on Wrecking Crew, 3-1. That's our board.
Got it.
Fury, your horse is Wings. Cowan and Erie have Wrecking Crew. Curly, Grand Theft, Roxy, Wrecking Crew, Biscuit. Made to order. Erie, he gets a bang and a C and you lose. So we gotta use that on. If you play the Birds of a Feather routine we worked on, that should steam them up pretty good. You think you can handle that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you guys in line, take your time. And I want to see lots of joy on Wrecking Crew.
Okay, here it is.
Yeah.
Wrecking Crew, 3-1.
Last flash, Fairfield Stakes at Hollywood Park. Grand Theft 8-1. Wrecking Crew 3-1. Change of heart 5-2.
Come on, hurry it up there. Possess your soul in patience, my good man.
55,000 on Grand Theft.
Yes, sir. Here you go.
Lonigan is steaming. 30,000 on Wrecking Crew.
So I put that on the book, Judge O'Connor?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Arnold Rowe, your caller for the $100,000 Fairfield Stakes at Hollywood Park in Los Angeles. A mile rate for 3-year-olds and up. And they're off.
Okay, let's go. Come on, we got this. Don't take it so hard, pal. You probably would have lost it.
And around the first turn, it's Wrecking Crew. By half a length, Grand Theft second by 1 is Dandy, third by 1.5. Otherwise, Gingerbread, Wingless, Mid-Tour, and High Ground.
Who you got? I'm sitting this one out.
I got Wrecking Crew. Maybe it'll be my day.
What happened?
Didn't get the bet down in time.
Well, for Pete's sake.
Looks like he's sulking.
Any luck, this will bring him back stronger than ever. Coming for home, it's Wrecking Crew by 6 lengths, Wingless second by 2.5. High Ground third by length, and Grand Theft coming fast for rail. It's Wrecking Crew, Grand Theft and Wingless, and Wrecking Crew wins it by 5 lengths. Grand Theft second by nose, Wingless third by 2. Time for mile 3 to 11 4/10 seconds.
I won. I won. You hear that? I won 14,000. You hear that?
I heard. Tell your friend I'll have the money here by post time tomorrow. We'll take the first race when the odds are 4-1 or better. And make sure I can get to the cashier this time.
How am I going to do that?
I don't know. Figure something out.
It's 4:40.
Don't bother me. I pay you a bottle. not to chime the hours.
But you know how cross the museum board gets when you're late.
Give me 10 minutes. I'm getting to the best part.
Yes, madam. I'll just go tidy up.
Yeah, do that. So later that night, Hooker went back to the Greasy Spoon near his room.
The Greasy Spoon?
It's a place to eat that ain't the Ritz.
They eat in so many places, it's difficult to visualize them all.
They're all the same, honey. They all serve the same apple pie. This is the one with the waitress, Loretta.
You had?
A meatloaf, apple pie, and a cup of coffee.
65.
What time do you get off work tonight?
2 a.m.
Yeah? Doing anything later?
Yeah, sleeping.
I was thinking, wait a minute.
Something caught his eye in the street outside. The figure of a man in the doorway.
Who?
You got a back door to this place?
No, what's wrong with the front door?
Look, I don't have much time to mess around. There's somebody out there I don't need to see. You got a fire escape or anything?
No.
All right, now do me a favor. Go to the bathroom, open the window, wait for me there.
What the hell for?
Just do what I tell you and everything will be Jake.
Is this guy well with you anyways?
He wants to kill me.
It was that bum Riley still tracking Hooker.
But if there was no way out of the Greasy Spoon,
oh, that Johnny Hooker was a cool one. Laid back, you'd call him today. He goes to the door, makes a big show of seeing Riley, and runs back inside. Goes to the John, sees Loretta's open the window, sees it leads into an air shaft, which is as good as nothing, so he goes into one of the booths. Excuse me, this may not be ladylike for a kid like you.
Go on.
So he stands on the tank and has Loretta sit, so's her feet show. You see what I mean?
Clever.
So Riley comes in, looks under the door, sees a woman's feet, figures it's the window, and climbs out. By the time he sees he's in an air shaft, Hooker is out of the John and far enough away that when Riley comes out, he can't get a good shot. So Hooker runs through a couple more alleys and figures he shook Riley and goes back to the room. And guess who's waiting for him there?
Riley.
Riley was found dead the next morning in one of them alleys.
Who shot him?
Hold your horses, honey. You're as antsy as that museum board.
Well, who was waiting for Hooker then?
That creepy cop Snyder with a gun. And he drags Hooker way over to the south side to this empty warehouse.
Hello, Mr. Hooker. Special Agent Holt, FBI. Have a seat. You want a drink or something?
No.
We want to talk to you about Henry Gondorf.
Don't think I know him.
Well, give yourself a couple seconds, Crumb. You wouldn't want to lie to me. Lieutenant Snyder here says you've done quite a lot of confidence work in this town.
Lieutenant Snyder doesn't know confidence work from Shinola. You got nothing on me.
We'll get it. If you can't, we'll just make it up. Grand larceny, extortion, counterfeiting, anything you want. Look, I've got nothing against you, but you're in trouble here. All you gotta do is tell us when Gondorf's gonna play his chop. We come in at the sting, make the pinch, and you walk away. Free as a bird. No questions, no court appearances, nothing.
No.
You already served time twice, and judges don't like them 3-time losers. Do you want to sit in the can for 40 years, starting tonight?
I'll make a parole.
Like hell, you won't even get a review till you're 70.
I'll chance it.
Okay. That's what you wanted? We might just provide you with some company on your way up the river. That wife of Luther Coleman's. What was her name, Snyder?
Alva.
That's right. Alva Coleman. Quite a grifter at her time, I hear. Snyder says he's got quite a dossier on her. Nothing major on its own, but put them together and they can add up to a lot of years.
You stink, Holt.
Oh, come on, don't be a sap. It's not her I'm after. Look, if you're too dumb to save yourself, I don't care. But there's no sense dragging everybody else down with you. It's all over for her. You can save me a lot of trouble, but I'm going to get Henry Gondorf, whether you help me out or not.
Will you wait until the trump is played?
Hell yes. Don't care about the mark. He gets what he deserves.
No, I mean completely played. Until he's beaten and the score's taken. If you come in there before we beat him, and I'll kill him. You'll have a hard time explaining that, won't you, Paul?
Okay, Hooker. But you take it on the lam, we'll shoot you down sight.
Just so long as I get to finish the play.
What's the matter, kid? You're not saying much.
Just a little nervous is all.
Luther always told me to bite my toenails when I got nervous. See yourself doing that and you realize that ain't worth it. Take it easy, you won't lose him now. You had him 10 years ago when he decided to be something. Believe me, I've seen enough to know.
How many guys you conned in your life, Henry?
200 or 300, I guess. Sometimes played 2 a day when I was in Shay's mob. We had it down to a business. Of course, the fix was it. Chicago was a right town, and the dicks took their end without a beat. All the Wall Street boys wanted to make investments for us. We even had marks looking us up, thinking they could beat the game. Yeah, kid, it really stunk. There's no sense being a grifter if it's the same as being a citizen. I better start packing.
Then
I'm
why?
gonna be a hot number after tomorrow.
Then why do you do it?
Seems worthwhile, doesn't it? Maybe it's just for the cave-in on Lonigan's face when we pull the string.
Henry?
Yeah.
I appreciate you sticking your neck out for me. If it weren't for Luther, I wouldn't have asked.
Ain't nothing gonna make up for Luther, kid. Revenge is for suckers. I've been grifting 30 years and never got any.
It's 2 a.m., we're closed.
I remember. You told me. That's why I came.
Looks like your friends missed you.
Yeah, this time anyways.
That's nice.
What are you gonna do now?
Go soak my feet. We had a special on chicken soup tonight. May take it home and use that.
Maybe you wanna stay out a while? Maybe go for a drink or something?
Well, you move right along, don't you?
I don't mean nothing by it. I just don't know many regular girls is all.
And you expect me to go out just like that?
Lady, I don't know what to expect anymore.
I don't even know you.
You know me. I'm just like you. It's 2 in the morning and I don't know anybody.
Come on, I know someplace we can go.
I know. It's 10 to 5. Just go brush out my mink cape. I'll be there in a minute. So it's the big day. The day of the con. The day of the sting. Gondorf got up early, dressed, packed everything else he had in his room, and went to the store. Lonigan was nervous too. He was expecting a
They
delivery.
just brought it over. Did you count it? It's all here, a cool $500,000.
Hooker packed too.
Why?
Honey, when you pull a $500,000 con, you don't wait around tomorrow to see what the papers write about it. Then he went back to the Greasy Spoon. He wanted to say goodbye to Loretta.
Where's June today?
Who?
The waitress. She works here.
She must have been the temporary. I work here. She won't be coming back.
She didn't tell me she was leaving.
If you're looking for a waitress, I'll bring you coffee. If you're looking for a date for dinner, we'll talk about it.
Thanks, but never mind. I'm just gonna use the phone.
Yeah,
Hooker. It'll be around 1 o'clock. You know where.
thanks.
1 o'clock.
Can't wait.
Oh, and we got a tip. Gondor's playing for some New York veal. As soon as we get inside, I want you to get that guy out as fast as possible before the reporters show up. We can't afford to embarrass any big shots.
Hooker started for the store. He was tense and nervous. He walked back streets, alleys where he could. He didn't want to attract any attention. He turned down one stinking alley and heard someone call his name.
Hooker!
Loretta! I went to look for you in the diner, but there was a new waitress. You said you were gone. I thought after last week. What? You think I was in my room last night?
She's gonna kill you, kid.
No, she wouldn't.
Her name's Loretta Salino. Lonigan sent her up to the diner.
She could have killed me last night. Too many people. Lino's a professional. He used to run with the Dutch Schultz gang. Let's get her out of here.
Who are you?
Gondorf asked me to look out for you. Now grab your bag and I'll get her feet.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
How do you think we do a bunch of little bus rides the other night? I've been watching you. Over there, behind the stands with the rest of the crowd. Now, they might not find her body for a week. You know, Carver's question in Chicago tonight.
Hooker was late now. Gondorf was at the store waiting for him. The place was all set up, ready. Lonigan got to the drugstore. It was time.
Yeah.
Place it on siphon at 4 to 1.
$20,000 on Mr. Moonlight? Yes, sir. Yes?
No, me boy, horses are horses, but there's nothing like Royal Ascot.
I'll put that on your tab, Senator. Yes?
25,000 on King's Image.
25 on King's Image.
When you're dealing with Philly, you just never know.
They're just like husbands.
500 grand on siphon.
Oh, hold on, I'm gonna have to get the manager.
What's the problem?
He wants to put $500,000 on siphon.
I can't lay that off in time. We lose a bet that big, it just breaks.
You win it could make you do.
What the odds on siphon?
The 4 to 1.
$500,000 on a 4 to 1 shot? You're dumber than I thought, Lonigan.
So not only are you a cheat, you're a gutless cheat as well.
Last flash, San Antonio handicap at Pimlico.
Take.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Arnold Rowe, your caller for the San Antonio Handicap at Pimlico in Baltimore. A mile and 1/16, 3 roads and up. And they're off. And then around the first turn, it's King's Image by neck, Siphon second by 1, Key to the Ball third by half, followed by Mr. Moonlight, Redridge, Moneyman, and No Charge.
Okay, sorry, couldn't wait. Did everything go all right?
Everything's all right. I put it all on siphon on the nose.
On the nose? I said place! Place it on siphon! That horse is gonna run second!
You give me my damn money back! There's a mistake, do you hear me?
The betting is closed,
You
sir.
give me my money, do you hear me? There's a mistake!
Get me out of here!
All right, Hooker, you go.
What? I'm sorry, Henry.
Into the stretch, it's King's Image opening up in front by 2, Siphon second by 1, Moneyman third, followed by Key to the Ball, Mr. Moonlight,
That don't take care of it.
Redridge.
We gotta get you out of here.
And the winner is King's Image by 4, like Siphon second by 2, Moneyman third by 2.5, time for 1 1/16, 1:21, 2:10 seconds.
He's gone.
Nice on, Hickey, nice on. I thought you were finished myself when you came busting in here.
No problem, Henry. Snyder went all the way. You should have seen the rank he lit under Lonigan.
Let's take this place apart and get out of here. You can get your splits from Ivy and County Boudreaux's tonight. Beat him, kid.
You were right, Henry. It wasn't enough. But it was close.
You want to wait for your share?
No, I'd probably just blow it. Send it to Elva.
What happened to them? Who knows?
You don't know where they are now?
Out somewhere working a boost or pulling a con. That's what grifters and hustlers are like. They'll turn up one day. They'll come around a corner and they'll either be sitting there with a tin cup of pencils or coming out of some fancy restaurant with a young bimbo on their arm.
It's 5 o'clock.
Oh, I've kept you much longer than I should have.
It's okay, honey. That museum board ain't going anywhere. They're as stuffed as their fossils. Get my wrap.
I'll show myself out. Don't bother. Thank you so much, Mrs. Vanderkeef. I think this is going to be a real bestseller.
My pleasure, honey. Just like old times.
5 o'clock, Billy. You know that Mrs. Vanderkeef always gets home at 5 o'clock after the full lunch.
Relax, Bonnie. It's raining. She ain't gonna get a cab.
And I'm on duty. Kelly is going to be hopping mad.
You don't need that job no more, Bonnie. We got enough here to go to Florida, get ourselves a little mobile home, and sit in the sun. Get my coat.
Get out of Mrs. Vanderkeef's dress.
I'm keeping the dress. That old biddy's got more money than Chase National Bank. Plus, she's stiff Jack Christmas, a tie.
You can't take her dress.
I'm leaving the jewelry. Ready for her.
I don't know how you can tell them lies to that girl.
It's imagination, Bonnie. Hell, she's gonna get a bestseller. She'll make a pile. We all got what we wanted.
I'll ring for the elevator, put her jewelry back where she hides it, and fluff up them sofa cushions so she won't know. I don't know how you could make up a story like that one. When you were in Chicago, you worked in a 5 and dime. Hurry up.
I'll be right there. Oh, Bonnie, if you only knew. The whole story was true.
Thank you.